Hello, Explorers.
Hey, everybody.
We are live. Today is February 13th, so you could possibly be watching a replay, but we wanted to say
it's the day before a special day.
Valentine Day.
Valentine's Day.
So happy Valentine's, everyone, as we are getting ready to get set up.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So let's have a very fun show tonight.
We have a jam-packed show.
Jam-packed. So we have a lot of stuff going on, and it is Valentine's. So I don't know, something just doesn't quite feel right. Does it feel kind of like a blocked set or something like that? Things don't look quite normal?
Kind of, but I don't know. Maybe construction might be starting a little bit.
Maybe.
We have 5 people on right now, so we want to say welcome to Rob Fuzz, and he said, Happy Valentine's Day, let's do this. Disney World Adventures, more sunshine, please. Valentine's Hump Day live stream, Jim called it. And Steve, I'm not going to, yeah, Jim, we're not going to touch that one. I don't know, that's maybe a poor choice of words.
Yes, definitely.
And Steve's World,
Steve's
hey
World.
Guys, hey all. So we got people coming in here. So
did you want to start? Do we want to start with this? Or how did you want to do it? Or did you want to go with some of your... No, oh, you actually, we just watched... We'll start with this.
Difficulties. No.
We just watched the trailer of Frozen 2. And it was interesting. This morning I was at work, and all of a sudden I see all these messages from YouTubers that have...
and Facebook blew up.
With
like no one's business.
They were doing previews. Rob Fuzz was had done one. Disney Dan did it. I think Disney Dave did it. Says Francis did it, and they all like boom, 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 boom. They all popped in at the same time. So I think this movie is going to get like a huge response. And
yeah, and this trailer is a big boost for it.
So what did you think of the preview? I don't know if you want to give any spoilers away, but
I think that they're on a mission, for one. And I think Elsa is growing as far as her powers and as a person. I don't want to give too much away. So,
but the very last scene when they're looking in the distance, and then one of them turns around and does something.
Oh yeah,
that like
that was kind of interesting too. So looks like we have a new warrior on our hands, I'll just say. But yeah, it was a good trailer. And I don't know if people have seen the other trailer. I sent it to Jim. I don't know if he got a chance to see it, from More Sunshine Please. It's just a little extra new snippet of Toy Story 4. It was the one after the Super Bowl, and it was like less than a minute. Really, I mean, it was a teaser of a teaser, if that even exists. But it kind of just gives you maybe a little hint on what might be happening. So, but we have Cat Chat Fever and
Tom Henry,
Sherry C. Coos, and I think that's the only other ones that came in. You said Tom Henry. Oh yeah, and Tom Henry.
Linnell.
Hey, Tom Henry.
From It's Our Georgia Life.
Yeah, welcome. We haven't seen her on here in a while, so welcome.
Tom Henry is going on a cruise with Paul Wilgus in like 10 days.
Is it the same ship that hit the...
No, I asked him today. Oh. They're going on the Dawn, the NCO Dawn.
Okay, because the way I saw some of his posts, I think he said, are they going to fix this before they go? So
this just doesn't really feel like a Valentine's
show. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right at all.
We'll give it a little bit before we start. We'll see. Maybe it'll change here. So, am I free to go over this?
Yep.
All right. So we did receive some mail that we'd like to go over.
Linnell said, "Hey, my brothers,"
and it was from. We got a little note, and it was from our friends Alana Zengano and Raphael. So
totally unexpected.
Yeah. So
did you like
a letter?
Totally rip off all the snowflakes that were on there? Because I thought there was more than just one.
I guess I did. Now there's one on there.
It
So
might be inside.
So it says, "Dear Derick and Greg, thank you so much for being part of the live stream and having me on yours. It's always such a blast to chat about topics we're all so passionate about. Can't wait to do it again. See you soon and meet you at D23. Have the best time on your upcoming trips. Keep dreaming and creating." So thank you guys so much.
Very nice of you.
So
Derick likes snow so much he ripped off most of the snowflakes all for himself. They're in the envelope.
I try to be frozen and go crazy with it.
Hey, Blue Collar Cruiser Jay is on.
Dilly Dilly.
Yes, Dilly Dilly. He said Dilly Dilly Fellas. He said, and his channel is growing too. So if you haven't had a chance to check out his channel,
they were
the Blue Collar Cruiser.
His family was on the Norwegian Bliss the week before we were on the Norwegian Bliss when we went on ours. And then secondly, also someone from our group cruise was Sonia Robbins. On our D&G Explorer Facebook page, she posted a picture up at Paradise Point, which is in St. Thomas, and you have to take the gondola up there, like 700 feet up in the air. And she went up there and she had a picture with, what was in her hand, Greg?
A bushwhacker.
A bushwhacker, which has like 7 different drinks, alcohols.
She went up that scary, scary lift, and yeah, I was actually scared going on that thing because at some point you have one pole, and way over in the distance you have another pole. So your line of cable is actually going down as you're going across it, almost like it's just gonna let go, but luckily it didn't. But it was a little nerve-wracking.
So we did do on one of those days. We do have that coming up, but we're only getting ready to release our second day of the Norwegian Bliss cruise, which was a sea day. Days 2 and 3 were sea days, and we really didn't film that much on the second day. So Greg and I are trying to come up with something. The video is either going to be released Friday or Saturday. We might go into the third day, but after this show, I'm going to go and put more of the video together to see what we have. But our trip to St. Thomas, when we go up there, is probably about 3-4 weeks away before we actually get to that stage on it. We had some more people join us.
This life of ours,
MG Tao, and Moesha, who was Marsha on our group cruise for the Bliss. So awesome. And you guys, please feel free on our D&G Explorer Facebook page, if you guys haven't already, post pictures of your vacations. It was so awesome to see that with that stuff in there. So do that. Feel free. We'd love to get more participation on our Facebook page. But
something just doesn't feel right. It really doesn't feel.
I don't.
I mean, it feels like tomorrow's just another day, I think.
Yeah, guys, I think we need to do some kind of construction here. So if you can bear with us, we're going to put the camera off and hang tight. We'll come right back with you, but we're going to kind of change things around here.
You're having a hard time seeing or something? We'll come back to you.
So we're still here, guys, and we're going to.
Oh my gosh!
What the heck?
What the heck is going on?
Jeez, I think what we need.
Oh my God!
I think what we need is a chat check from More Sunshine, please. If you guys haven't seen that already, definitely check Jim's channel out. And chat check is what he likes to do. Wow, whoops. What's going on? We're getting it together. Oh, a lot of stuff. Wow, look out for that.
You trying to build a house or what?
I don't know. There's everything going on here right now. We just can't quite figure out what we're doing.
This is crazy.
Yeah, hang in there, guys. It looks like we're almost where we need to be. Yep, I think it's just about time. Let's see. Oh, that looks good. That looks better there. And what the heck?
Oh, God.
What? Who let that elephant in here?
Put the elephant back away. What's going on?
Mayonnaise. What things you see here? Wow. Let the elephant out, guys. Come on. Let the elephant out. Come on. Construction. I have no idea where it is. You're sitting on it.
What the heck is going on?
Wow. Oh, hey, I think I'm okay. Whoops.
Oh.
Whoops.
What the?
That was a crotch shot. So we are back. Look out. Hey,
everybody, what happened?
Does that feel a little bit more like Valentine's Day? So we are back.
Does I have to go down this way?
No, I'll just lift this up a little bit. We are back. Hey, and
sorry
guess
about that,
what?
guys.
We have a little bit of dilly time. So wine is my Valentine. So Greg, as we go on a little bit, why don't you get the wine going?
They're probably like, what the heck are you guys doing?
We probably lost a whole lot of people saying like, what the
No, I don't think so. But I don't know how that elephant came through here. Where were you hiding that thing at? It's like Dumbo came here early or something.
That's right. That's right. So a little bit while Greg's getting ready for that, I'm going to jump into my news. So at Disneyland, our show is going to be, for the most part, based on Disneyland. But it is a Disney show. So we're kind of go into things as we go along. As we go along. So we don't want to kind of ruin the surprise, but we're going to go into some news that we want to share what's going on in the parks. Disneyland is basically what we're going to be talking about. And then we're going to go on to some other things. So one thing, just to guys let you know kind of what's going on in our pipeline, we are going to be doing another Disney Wars 2 next week. We are looking at having 4 channels join us in a battle.
That's insane.
Of the Disney Wars 2. So we're kind of gonna leave you with that. And then in 2 weeks, we're gonna be doing another live cruise show. And we have a special guest that they're actually themselves getting ready to go on a cruise here in just the next few days. And we're hoping when they come back, we're gonna be able to do a live show with them. So
where the heck are my ears at?
So here we go, guys. Start of the Valentine's dilly. Hope you guys
Cheers.
have a
Happy
great
Valentine's Day, everybody.
However you celebrate it. And this is
it's really good, is what it is. It's berry barefoot wine.
Yes, it's a barefoot bubbly berry because we do like the sweet drinks on it. So
Linnell said you guys are so funny. Jim gave us the chat check, so thank you, Jim. And sound effects are good. Cat Chat Fever said.
Michelle Phillips.
Just life of ours. How much dilly did you have? Laugh out loud.
Welcome, Michelle Phillips. She said she thinks the elephant trampled your ears.
I think so too. This life of ours said, love the Valentine's Day look. Yeah, I don't know what happened to poor Mickey's ears, but wow, that's crazy. So
what's going on currently at Disneyland? And you know what, you guys, I'm starting to feel it. Love is in the air.
Oh boy.
So, that's
like that one song, Love is in the Air.
Yeah. I always think of the Love Boat when that comes on.
Oh my gosh.
But that's what's going on in Disney. It's the theme of it is from January 22nd through February 18th. So this is going on at Disneyland. So some of the things they have going on.
You stole my notes. That's what I had written down.
Oopsie. So it's when you get into the park, one of the things you can do is called Sweethearts. And that's a photo opportunity that they are going to have in Town Square and at the front of the Disneyland park.
Might as well just cross out what you say because there's no point in saying it.
Also, for you explorers out there, you can test your investigative skills as you search for the secret Valentine's Minnie has hidden from Mickey and friends. So all of them can go around Disneyland Park. So there's different things that they can do. But it's you purchase a commemorative game board and stickers for $6.99 plus tax. You can't forget that at selected merchandise locations. So you're gonna find the secret Valentines and redeem the completed board at a Disney showcase for special surprise while supplies last. So hopefully they're not out already. So some of the places where you can find different things, it's the Bonanza Outfitters, the Briar Patch, the Disney Showcase, Disneyana, Emporium, Little Green Men's Store Command, and Pieces of 8. So that is something special which is going on.
MG2 asks, have you two gone on the Dumbo ride together?
Yeah.
We actually have gone on the Dumbo ride together. If you mean the same Dumbo or just the ride. We've done both actually.
Yeah,
at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World has a really cool, elaborate one. It has 2 of them, and it has a tent and everything with all kinds of different activities, I think, inside.
Yeah. So, okay, it is Valentine. So now here's an option for Disneyland to do something a little bit more racy. So Love is in the Air. Wow. Now this is already sold out, but last week on the 7th, a week before Valentine's Day,
Kirk.
they had it was, oh, what was the name of it? Now, Sweetheart Night. Here we go. It was called Sweetheart Night. So it started at 8 o'clock, and it was one of the Disney After Dark events. They've been growing these as they go along. This is the first time they ever did something like this. So if you guys are interested, that's why we're covering it now. Next year, plan ahead so you can make sure that you are going to do that. So the park has a decidedly more romantic context than usual. So some of the things that they were doing during that is they had a Minnie's Surf and Turf Artisan Flatbread for 2 at Fantasyland's Red Rose Tavern. Some of the other things that you could do is you could have a chocolate covered, this sounds really good, chocolate covered strawberry beignets at the Mint Julep Bar in New Orleans Square. Also, they had a new Minnie Mouse balloon popcorn bucket, and Greg likes to collect those popcorn buckets, and it was specifically just introduced on the for that night. They have meet and greet with often seen and not so often couples. So some of those couples that were there is, now that I can't find my list, there was, of course, there was Minnie and Minnie. There was some people from, oh gosh, now my mind's gonna go blank that I don't have the list in front of me. Clarabelle and Clarice Cal, I believe it's Clarice Cal. There was characters from Hercules. So some of the other ones that you don't normally see. There was also the evil stepsisters that you can take a picture with. There was Gaston was there. Gaston, and Cruella de Vil, who I think is like probably the scariest villain of everything. So some unique photo opportunities, yeah, throughout the park.
Maleficent's the worst.
And they also had like the special fireworks for that. So first time Disney has ever done this. I think it's really cool that they did it. That was unique. And is a knee slapper?
No. So I have a little bit of notes myself here.
Okay, I'll let you go since I've been yapping.
So that celebration, Mickey and Minnie, and the 90th anniversary together to coincide with Valentine's Day that you were talking about, the January 22nd to February 18th. Town Square display at Disneyland. They're going to have projections on Main Street USA and the facade of It's a Small World. Decorations on vehicles and lampposts. Festive, they said bunting and banners. I have no idea what bunting is, but Mickey Floral by the Disneyland Railroad will be decorative and festive. So as you walk through the turnstile to get into the park, the big, usually it's the Mickey Mouse head or however they have it set up, will be festive for Valentine's Day. And special treats. I don't know if you said cherry cotton candy. That sounds really good. Mini donut topped with pink icing, a strawberry, and a chocolate bow. Can't get better than that. And we also have Mickey and Minnie right here. Perfect Disney couple. And we also, they have a strawberry churro. If that thing pops in my ear. Strawberry churro with chocolate dipping sauce. That sounds really good. So not only do they have a bacon wrapped maple churro, but they got themselves a strawberry churro with chocolate dipping sauce. Now that is awesome. And so normally we do our news info in the beginning, but I'm just going to go ahead and do my news info now. I don't know if anyone heard, and Jim from More Sunshine Please might be particularly interested in this, but they are actually thinking of coming out with a Nightmare Before Christmas 2, and it may be a direct sequel, or it might be a live action. I don't know how they're going to do a live action, if it'll be CGI or what, but I'm thinking if they're gonna do one, they should actually do the sequel and not a live action. I think that would be a train wreck in a way, unless they do it really well. Just don't know how they're gonna do it. And as also Jim stated yesterday, testing the gondola system, and I keep seeing the posts on Facebook where they show the actual video, so it looks pretty cool. And then my last one, I heard Avengers 3. Now, Avengers 3, from what I read or heard, they have not even sent it to Disney Studios yet for approval, but they've already said it will be at least 3 hours, if not longer. And I also heard something about a possible intermission. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think they should have an intermission. So make sure you go to the bathroom before the movie.
Or bring your Depends.
Or that, but or just lay off the popcorn and the drinks or whatever, because I think once you get into that movie, you're not going to want to stop. It's going to be a roller coaster of a movie. But 3 hours.
Heck, even if I don't wear Depends, I might just go in my pants anyway.
Oh my god,
I don't want to be missing that.
So yeah, 3 hours or longer is going to be awesome. So that's my news for now.
I found the characters list.
Awesome.
We already moved on from that.
Are you done with your news?
No, I got one more thing.
Okay. Oh, you can't see what I just.
So, also Disney is doing the get your ears on, get your ears, get your ears on. So it's a special celebration for Mickey and Minnie celebrating 90 years. Now, all I can say is, Mickey, why don't you pop the question? Why don't you get married? But anyway, that's beside the point.
Him and Minnie and Daisy and Donald, I mean...
Well, Daisy's a diva, so you can understand
we won't go there.
But this is a brochure that you can pick up in the parks, and there's all these different unique things that you can eat. We talked about before that we had the Get Your Ears On burger, if you guys can see that. It's basically 2 sliders with the hamburger there. But they have all these different things that are going on to celebrate.
We did try that Mickey slider.
It was okay.
Thing.
It's like an average burger.
It was kind of disappointing for me. You can put whatever you want on it, but the meat to me was not. It had really no taste to it. But that's just me.
But yeah, that's going on. There is no end time on this, so I have a feeling they're going to be celebrating this for the whole, pretty much for the whole year. Yeah.
Oh, and another thing, moving to California Adventures, they're bringing back the World of Color, starting at the end of February. I just read about that, so it's been they let all the water out for a while to do other maintenance, but it's coming back. MG
Tao said Disneyland, they just announced they are bringing back the Festival of Lights show, so I wasn't aware of that. So we're gonna have to check that out to see what that is. And
maybe that's what
Marcia said,
World of Color.
Dilly Dilly is kicking in. Not yet. All right, so I think that is news.
You'll know when the Dilly Dilly is kicking in.
I think that is our news. Also, guys, on this show, we got
treats.
We like to try all these different kinds of kisses that they have, and this is lava cake kisses. So do you want to try one now, Greg?
And we also got our little Mickey and Minnie Valentine's Day things here.
That she fell over.
Yeah, she had too much Dilly Dilly.
All right, we're going to try one and see what you think. So,
oh boy.
You can't have just one, but that is a lava cake. Have any of you guys tried this already?
Or know what lava cake is?
I'm sure.
It looks really rich. I can't get that stuff off. It's kind of cakey in the middle.
Actually, it is really good.
But it is good.
It's better as it goes along when you get more of the cream in your mouth.
Jim, rumor mill, when the Avengers movie comes back from intermission, the first thing you'll see is a giant plaid pair of pants in your face. Laugh out loud. Oh, wow. I did not know that he had it on. I'm so sorry about that. That's like the second time I've done that to everybody. I'm sorry.
Brian Uding. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. He joined us, so welcome.
Awesome. Thank you.
How do you, without me sounding stupid, how do you pronounce your last name? Because it's
it's not like he can tell you.
Yeah, he can do it. He can write it out how it sounds. But All right, you guys. So we've had some wine. We've had some chocolate. We've had an elephant in here. We have a set which was redone.
There was an elephant in the room. Ha ha ha! Get it? Elephant in the room.
So we are now going to begin our first part.
We have a surprise.
We do? Oh, this is surprise number 1.
Well, what we're doing.
Okay. We, as you can tell from the picture, we are going to talk about our top 10 Disney couples because you know what?
It's Valentine's Day.
So we have to stick with the couples. So we've been
Rob loves to do top 10s or, top 10s of anything. So hopefully if he's still here, he'll appreciate this and everybody else.
All right. Little Oz Laurel joined us. Welcome. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right. So we've been like very secretive trying to hide these from someone, but I'm sure we're going to have some of the same couples.
I had to make some changes to mine because I got to thinking and I kind of forgot about the really romantic ones. So, and I'll say why I think they're romantic too.
All right. So do you want to start with your number 10? We'll go through this list pretty quick because we have other things.
They're not in a particular order, but kind of. So my number 10 for top 10 romantic Disney couples would be Snow White and the Prince. And I picked them as 10 because it is a romance movie and everything. But they didn't really interact that much.
I think we're about to have Valentine's wars. It's now changed to surprise to wars.
And then it also changes Snow White and the 12 Dwarfs too. Like on the blog of Walt Disney World or vlogs. Yes. But yeah, so I said that they were 10 because they didn't really interact that much, but it's still like all lovey-dovey and a romantic movie and everything. So, but they're still on my list. They're a 10.
See why? Plus, she had that voice that.
And she fell asleep, and she had to be waking up later on. So they tend to do that. Those princesses.
All right, my number 10 is Carl and Ellie. I
have no idea who that is. Oh wow!
And the beginning of that cartoon is animated feature is like incredibly sad and it's really emotional.
Yes.
And it still goes that whatever happens, you still will have that love and that dream that and he went to fulfill it for both of them. So even though she wasn't around. So to me, they're my couple number 10. So
that's a good pick. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Thank you, MG Tao, for giving the thumbs up.
Awesome, yes. And so my number 9 would be Hercules and Meg. Excuse me, from Hercules. And I think that any person that goes to the depths of Hades to bring back the one that they love deserves to be on the top 10 romantic Disney couples list. Because he basically made the ultimate sacrifice to bring her back. And that's like, you can't do anything better than that. So they're my number 9.
Very good. My number 9 is Jasmine and Aladdin. That was one of the first, when Disney was starting to change to when the animated features were starting to become a hit. I mean, right before that was Little Mermaid and Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and then Aladdin, I think. Is that right?
Little Mermaid, yeah, Beauty and the Beast, I believe, and then Aladdin was next.
So they were starting to get a formula developing from what they had been doing previously.
I wish they would go back to that.
And some of the songs that they had in there, some of the things, I just thought they were a perfect
good songs
couple. So my number 9 is Jasmine and Aladdin.
So Cargo just came on. That's a good pick. She said, "Oh my gosh, you guys look so stinking cute." Thank you, Cargo. You missed the elephant in the room. It was tramping around, and that's why my ears aren't staying up to par that much. But all right, and welcome. My number 8 is going to be Frozen with Anna and Kristoff. And I chose them to be number 8. They're on the list because throughout the movie, they did end up, falling for each other. Not as fast as her falling for the bad guy. I mean, that was almost instant. They were going to get married within a day. So, but Anna and Kristoff, and with the sequel coming up, it looks like they stayed together, hopefully. So that's been a break.
Very good. All right. My number 8 is Ariel and Prince Eric. So I wasn't really a big fan of The Little Mermaid. Sorry, I wasn't.
Those are fighting words for Valentine's
Disney
Day.
Wars, Disney Wars. But I do.
That is a Disney treasure.
I have it on my list because I know it was such a popular movies. Back in the day, I worked at a department store called Mervyn's.
His dilly dilly's kicking in, everybody.
Which I don't know if those of you remember Mervyn's out there. They were a part of the Target Corporation, but they've been gone for at least since 2005 now. But back then, Little Mermaid was just rocking. So I know we had so much Little Mermaid merchandise. I know a lot of people liked it. I know there's a huge following, but it's carried over into the parks with the rides. So I think of them as being a very important couple to a lot of people. So I say Ariel and Prince Eric. Number 8.
We got Mickey and Minnie Cargo. Showing her balloons because she likes them.
All right. So who else we have?
Bob and Ashley just came on.
Hey guys.
Welcome.
MJ Tao said he likes Zippity Doodah from Song of the South.
Not a romantic movie, but that's a good movie. And so we're on number 7?
Yes.
Okay. So my number 7 is backwards from what you had from the last one. Is Aladdin with Jasmine and Aladdin. So that's that's a romantic movie, and with with a whole new world going through different parts of the world on the magic carpet, can't get more romantic than that. And then the new Aladdin live action is coming out. Mixed reviews on those trailers, but I think I had my apprehensions, but after seeing that last trailer, I am willing to give it a chance. They've had different genies out there on the Broadway shows and Disney or California Adventures playing him, and they've all done just fine making it their own. So Jasmine
after seeing
Aladdin,
the last preview on the last trailer, I'm actually a lot more excited for it. So
although Jafar, I gotta agree with you and Jim. Where's that growly voice?
I thought when I heard the thing, I thought it was a girl talking. I didn't realize it was Jafar until Jim was talking about it. But Brian was saying that what does dilly dilly mean? Dilly dilly's from a Bud Light commercial, and they are back into like England back in a long time ago, and they say dilly dilly, so it's a Bud Light commercial.
And it's not copyrighted. You can make shirts and stuff all you want and make it your own. So that's what we've done.
All right. So my number 7 is Beauty or Belle and the Beast. So the way I look at it, if you can love someone, even if they look ugly, if you look at them, if you like them from the inside, that to me is what the lesson was.
Wait, which one did you say?
I said Beauty and the Beast, Belle and the Beast. So that is my number 7. So that's mine.
Awesome. So my number 6 is going to be, I forgot his first name. Well, it's the Prince and Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Is it Prince Stefan? I think it's Prince Stefan. We'll go with that. So another one of those movies where she falls asleep. But he has to fight a fire-breathing dragon and defeat Maleficent to go win his love of his life. So Sleeping Beauty is one of those movies. It's romantic. It's special. It's a Disney classic. So that is why I picked it as
Prince
number
Philip.
6. Prince Philip, thank you. Well, then who the heck is Prince Stefan? I've heard of him too somewhere.
That was before Prince Philip came along, so you're fine.
Wow.
The king is Stefan.
Thank you, Cargo. Oh, yes, King Stefan. Thank you, Cargo.
So that was your number 6, right?
That was my number 6.
All right.
She knows her Disney.
My number 6 is, and Greg can do her very good,
Excuse me?
My number 6
voice.
is Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Oh, wow, I totally forgot about them. Oh my gosh.
They so do your Miss Piggy voice.
Really?
Put you on the spot.
Wow. What am I gonna say? Oh, Kermit. That's horrible. But yeah, I do better than that. But anyway, you put me on the spot.
But
now, if I sang a song she's saying, that would just scare people away because it really sounds like her.
Yeah. So they Disney, I don't believe owns
Cargo.
I don't believe Disney owns the Muppets anymore, but they did for the stage. But it still is in the parks. At least it is in Disney Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World. But it's still, I enjoy seeing Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. To me, they're always been a couple. There's almost like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. So my number 6. You didn't expect that, did you?
Nope. Okay, so my number 5 is gonna what?
Cargo. This is a family show.
Yep. Number 5 is gonna be Cinderella. So Cinderella, and again, I don't remember the prince's name, but that's a romantic movie as well. This time she does not fall asleep. She gets locked into her room for a while, and then they have to find a glass slipper that, the person that fits the glass slipper. So that is actually one of my favorite Disney classics from when I was growing up. Okay. All right. So yeah, number 6 is going to be Cinderella. And they really didn't interact that much until like towards the end of the movie. So don't be looking at my list. What's wrong with you? Okay. What's your number 5?
Jim said the Muppets are also in Liberty Square. Yes, and that's a really good show too.
Yes, that is a fun
Cat
show.
Chat Fever has to head out. Got to go. Be safe, everyone. Thank you for joining us so much. We really appreciate it.
Cargo said Prince Charming. That's his name.
There you go.
I thought he had an actual first name though.
Prince.
No.
He had the sign. Like Prince.
Oh wow.
My number 5 is one of my favorite Disney animated features of all time. Is The Lion King and Simba and Nala. That's
awesome.
That's number 5. Yes. Other than just because it was a great movie, and I thought they were a great couple. They restored Pride Rock to the way it should have been.
Yep, and they're coming out with that live action movie that's gonna break the what's what I'm looking for?
Mold?
No, well that too. Box office, that's the word.
Cargo, these are their lava cake Hershey Kisses. Lava cake. They're actually really good.
It sounds like Emperor's New Groove. Llama face. If you remember that.
No. All right, number 4. We got to hurry up. We got other stuff that we have to talk about.
Well, I think we're having a good time. So number 4 for me is Beauty and the Beast with Belle and the Beast, of course. That is one of my all-time favorite Disney classics. I saw that in a theater. Couldn't wait to go see it and loved every bit of it. And I love the live-action version as well. Can't really compare them because it's not really fair. They're really two different types of, feelings and atmosphere for both of them, I think. So there's similar in certain ways, but very different in others.
For which one, I'm sorry?
For Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, okay.
For Belle and the Beast.
I think this is starting to click in where I already forgot what Greg
said. Click in,
kick in. Yeah. All right. Number 4 for me is Snow White and Prince Ferdinand. I think it's Ferdinand. So for me, this was the first Disney animated feature they ever did. So it all starts with them. And that's mine. Snow White and Prince Ferdinand.
So Cargo said the Snow White Prince is actually just called the Prince, and Cinderella is just Prince Charming. Although I guess he has a first name, Ferdinand. And she wanted some of those Hershey Kisses. She said, dang, why do I have to have live in the Arctic North, laugh out loud, I can't go anywhere? with these slippery roads. But be careful out there. My number 3 is going to be Ariel and Eric from The Little Mermaid. That's another romantic movie, in my opinion. Even though she's lost her voice, he still finds, something beautiful in her. And
something's a little fishy in that.
Oh, God. Really, you went there? Don't spit out your drink. But he kind of remembered her when she had her voice. So it's, again, that Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, I think all 3 of them are my all-time classic trifecta.
Not mine. Okay.
Wow.
Disney Wars, Valentine's Wars. My
90s anyway.
Number 3
80s and 90s.
is Donald and Daisy. So I love the Duck family. I'm a huge Scrooge McDuck fan, and I love the nephews, the Ducks. Diva's a diva. Daisy's
she is a diva.
A little bit of a diva.
Yes.
But she wasn't like that at the beginning, but suddenly, like,
hey, G Walker,
now in this era, she's become this diva that swings around the poles and does a little stand. Yeah,
there's a video. There's a video on Facebook. It's probably on YouTube also, where she like waddles she's like getting ready to go to the backstage, and she waddles away and then grabs on the pole and like does almost a backflip thing, and it's like she's sashaying away type of a
hilarious
thing. It's really funny.
Yeah. So that's my number 3. All right, number 2, top 2.
So my number 2, and this was really tough. I was almost made this my number 1, but I just couldn't. So my number 2 is going to be Rapunzel and Eugene from Tangled.
Wow.
And if you watch that movie towards the end, for some reason, it's like you always, well, I do. I always get like choked up a little bit. And just the way that the acting is, you could tell she really, really loves him. She, has realized how much he means to her. And it's just, there's something, it's just, there aren't words sometimes to describe when you watch that movie. But I really think that is one of the most romantic movies that Disney has done between 2 characters like that. Wow. So that is my number 2.
Interesting. I think you needed more dilly-dilly on that one. Interesting. Well, that's good.
Even when we were on the ship, I think it was the Magic. They showed that part when we were at dinner.
Yeah.
And they showed that one part that I'm talking about, and it still just gets to you a little bit.
We put that on one of our blogs. We have it in there. Tim Turner joined us and said, "Cute decor, guys."
Thank you,
P.
Tim.
Walker. I know Greg said it, but welcome. All right, my number 2.
Cargo likes Eugene.
My number 2 is Lady and the Tramp. I'll always think of that scene when they are eating that spaghetti. So that I love that movie. Takes me back to when I was a child. But my number 2 is Lady and the Tramp.
I do love that movie. It's a really old Disney classic. It's one of the best. So my number 1 is going to be, and it's probably obvious, but I couldn't think of anybody else because this is where it all started, is Mickey and Minnie Mouse. They've been together for 90 years, basically. Mickey got her to leave Mortimer and back in the old cartoon. And they've been together ever since. They don't really do, too romantic type of shows or movies like the other Disney movies are, but they're the longest running couple of Disney, I think, for animated. So that's my number 1 is Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
My number 1 is
the same.
Mickey.
How could you not?
And Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
2. Yes, I agree.
Could you not?
Everything Greg said, I would agree. They're I always think as Mickey to me is synonymous with Walt Disney. Minnie Mouse to me is Lillian Disney. So I just think that's what Disney stands for. So they will always be the elite number 1 couple for us.
Now, for my honorable mentions, from Enchanted, I have Giselle and Robert, and also
from where?
Enchanted.
Oh,
Giselle and Robert. that like encompassed so many Disney classics, and just the way that she looked at him throughout the movie, and then he looked at her, and you could tell it was a very romantic setting. So it's a good Valentine's Day movie. And then also Lady and the Tramp. I forgot about Up. I would probably say that's an honorable mention as well, but Lady and the Tramp also, that's a very romantic movie, seeing this is the night and they're walking through the park and they have dinner together and share, spaghetti, and he gives her the last meatball. And then they end up kissing when they have the same strand of spaghetti. So that's very romantic. Yes, it's dogs, but it's still romantic.
Nathan Boathouse, a boat review channel, joined us. Welcome, guys. Katie Burr
Welcome.
from our Bliss joined. MJ Tal said, do you guys ever see the Disney cartoon Oswald the Rabbit before Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie? Yes, I've seen some of his cartoons. He's not the same character as Mickey Mouse. So I think even though the character was taken away from Walt Disney, look what happened. So everyone's doing good with that.
So do you have any honorable mentions?
I didn't have any honorable mentions. I was trying to think of some live action characters, and I just could not think of anything. So I just kept it all with more or less the animated ones is what we did.
So now we have a smaller version.
So what we're doing, you guys, those who have just joined us, this is a Disney Valentine's channel, and we're kind of not telling you everything that we're going to be talking about, but we got 2 more subjects that we're going to discuss, and we did the top 10 Disney couples in our opinions.
So now I'll say this one, you can say the next one.
No, we're all going to do.
No, but I mean, we're doing the top 5 romantic rides.
So
not necessarily at Disneyland, but that's what I based mine off of.
Oh yeah, you told me to do it on Disneyland. So the rides that make you go,
you don't always listen.
Waka Waka. No, not Waka Waka. Waka Waka was Fozzie the Bear. Was it Chicka Chicka Bow Wow?
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that they do that, but
so
what else did you put in that dilly dilly? Well, I was the one that poured it, so.
So top 5 romantic rides. So I think the number 5 romantic ride is Splash Mountain, especially at Disneyland, because at Disneyland, when you're on it, it's not like Walt Disney World where you sit side by side. In Disneyland, you're in a tubular one, and you're in front of each other. So if you want to get a little bit romantic, and then you always get wet together. You always, it's always, I don't even know where I was going on that one. It's always a good ride when you go down the hill and you get the photo ops together. I could
just see Jim laughing at you right now, the way he always does when he's on here, when you stick your foot in your mouth.
Yes.
And speaking of Jim, he said Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I thought about them.
That's a good one.
I thought about them, but then I said,
So my number 5, and you're probably going to be like, what the heck are you thinking about? But my number 5 would be Thunder Mountain. And I say Thunder Mountain because it's the one roller coaster that doesn't have anything separating you. So basically you're like slamming into each other from side to side as you're going through the mountain and everything. So there's a lot of body contact. So if someone's on their first date or something,
you're forced to come together.
You're bound to have a handheld or maybe just smack into their side or something. But
accidentally on purpose hit them.
Yeah. So number 5.
Interesting. Rob Souter joined us. Welcome, Rob. All right. Our number 4, my number 4 of the 5 most romantic Disney rides is the Disneyland Railroads. Now, some people travel miles just to go through the Tunnel of Love. But Disney has 3 tunnels of love on the
one
train.
with a show. With the
4.
With the
there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 because you got the little one that goes through New Orleans Square. You got the one that goes through Splash Mountain. You got the one that now goes from
that's kind of a
the redesigned area as it goes into It's a Small World, and then you got the one that is the diorama, the Grand Canyon. So you don't just get one; you get 4 tunnels on the Disneyland train.
Cargo. These reasons kill me laugh out loud. You guys are the best. But it's so true, Cargo, that, you know, that's what makes them romantic. So my number 4 is Pirates of the Caribbean. So because you're in the dark and, you know, you have fog and mood lighting and everything, you know, people can, you know, steal a smooch or something. You might be on an infrared camera, but hey, who cares?
Just remember, on all the dark rides Disney has, they have infrared cameras. So
yeah,
you may think you're hidden, but guess what? You're not hidden.
I've heard stories, and yeah, it's
all right.
Interesting.
My number 3. My number 3 is Pirates of the Caribbean. And it's so cool because when the ride starts, you have the Blue Bayou restaurant out across from you.
Dinner and a show.
And then you have the ride. But I would agree. It's fun to go. And the ride's not scary. You don't get wet.
Have a good night, Tom Henry. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Enjoy. If I don't talk to you, have a great trip.
Yes,
cruise
have
with
a
Paul.
safe, fun trip.
So number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean for me.
So my number 3 is going to be the Mark Twain boat. That's a very romantic ride. It's a slow ride, and you're going through rivers of America, and you get to see all the nice scenery with the brush and the animatronics, and a sneak peek at the new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge area. So
could you see that much? I don't remember that.
You can see a little bit.
I remember that.
But you might be able to see more now. I don't know. But yeah, they changed the way the train track goes, so there's a nice waterfall with the bridge and everything. So yeah, I think that's very romantic. What?
Bob and Ashley. The Haunted Mansion better be number 1. All right. My number 2. My number 2 is The Little Mermaid. Because that's a fun little cute ride. And they also have the kissing scene in there. What is that? Kiss the Girl. They have that scene in there. So, and you're in a Haunted Mansion-like clam, or the Doom buggy.
You're in a clam buggy.
So you're in the clam buggy. So my number 2 is The Little Mermaid, because it's a little bit more cute. It's not scary, because if people are scared easy, the Haunted Mansion might not be a romantic ride.
Tim Tanner said, when I was a teen, the best ride was Inner Space, very dark and slow. What were you going to say?
No, that's good.
Oh. So my number 2, at least, Jim, is the Haunted Mansion.
No, it was Bob.
Sorry, Bob. And so it may be scary and it may be dark, but that means that it makes everybody more closer, and you can hold the person that's afraid and let them know that everything's okay, and still a smooch too, and be on infrared. I don't think people care, but you know,
that actually is a very good one.
Yeah, it's a very, very dark ride. There's certain parts of that ride that are very dark, but people don't think there's cameras around. But you know what? You're on camera, so. But don't let that sway you. So what's your number 1?
My number 1 is, sorry, Bob and Ashley, Mark Twain. I just think it's really cool. It's a slow moving ride. You get to see all different parts of the park. It's in a more quiet area of the park. So to go up to the higher levels, it's nice just to kind of relax and see things as you go along. But you're right. Had I thought more about the Haunted Mansion, it probably would have been up higher on the list. So that is a good one, but for me, Mark Twain would be the number 1.
So Tim Turner said, what about the caves on Tom Sawyer's, were always popular, not much a ride though?
People Mover from Cargo.
Dreamflight? I don't know what Dreamflight is.
Dreamflight was was at the Magic Kingdom, if I remember right.
Terror is This Life of Ours number 1 romantic ride. Yeah, I could see that. Cargo, Greg and his infrared. So my number 1 was The Little Mermaid. For all the reasons really that Derick said, you know, it's a romantic movie, kiss the girl. You go through dark areas, and it's a very happy, fun ride, actually. It's like a big party, especially through Under the Sea area. I think that's one of Jim's favorite areas that he was talking about on either our show or his show. So that is our top 5 romantic.
The set's falling apart.
Romantic
you're
rides.
Talking with your covering up your face.
Well, no one wants to see my face anyway. Top 5 romantic rides.
No Small World. Great answers then.
So my honorable mentions. I'm trying not to have you look. My honorable mentions are Soarin', because it's romantic and beautiful, and you're up in the air, and you get to see all this wonderful scenery and smell all these wonderful smells, and you're not too far from each other.
And if your date stinks, then the smells will cover that.
Wow. And you can hang on to the handlebar, and maybe that other special somebody might hang on to the same one. So that's my honorable mention. That's my honorable mention. You're just ruining my honorable mentions, aren't you?
All right, my honorable mentions are, let me go back through the list. Dream Flight, People Mover, Tower of Terror, It's a Small World, Haunted Mansion. So I'm safe now. I've had an honorable mention.
Wait, okay, so what were your honorable mentions again?
Maybe go through the list. People Mover, Dream Flight, It's a Small World, Tower of Terror, and Haunted Mansion.
Wow. So Jim,
that's what everyone put in here.
So Jim just shared a nice little piece of information with us. I once went #1 on Tower of Terror. Not sure that's something that you want to share with everybody, but we're all big One Happy Family on this show, so why not?
Bob and Ashley.
Bob and Ashley, let's be real. The most romantic rides at the resorts are back at their rooms. Wow.
Dilly dilly.
Yeah. Dilly dilly, Bob.
All right. So, do I read the next topic?
And that you can make all kinds of rides, but we won't go there. So the next subject for this romantic Valentine's Disney show.
All right. Is, so we've already discussed one. We discussed the top 10 Disney couples. We discussed.
And this is our last list.
We discussed what? The 5 most romantic
rides
at Disneyland. So here are 5 romantic things to do
in Disneyland.
At Disneyland. So, Greg, you're number 5.
So my number 5 is going to be...
You're blocking your face.
My number 5 is going to be the World of Color at California Adventures. That one is emotional, and it brings you closer. You see a lot of people, you know, they might get teary-eyed, they might cry. You see loved ones close to each other. So it really is a kind of, you know, bring it together type of a show. And it's coming back at the end of February. So it's going to be awesome. What?
Bob, he said, I think I already answered this category.
Yeah, I think you have too, Bob.
All right. So I kind of changed my list here. I'm going to use my number 5 as an honorable mention. I agree. I think some of the 5 things to do, which are romantic, is exploring Tom Sawyer's Island, because not a whole lot of people go over there. And there's a lot of quiet times. You have the caves. You have just a lot of different areas that are a little bit more quiet than some of the other areas of the park. So number 5 of the romantic things to do at Disneyland Resort is Tom Sawyer Island.
So my number 4 is going. Are you waving at somebody?
Number 4.
My number 4 is romantic dinners. There are many dining areas at Disneyland, such as the Cathay Circle. We got our downtown Disney, not as elaborate as Walt Disney World, but
not
like
as you're talking about like 5% compared to Walt Disney
it's
World.
Not elaborate. It's our own version of elaborate. But we have the wonderful restaurant, Italian restaurant called Naples. Really, really good sangria there. And
the food was terrible. Sangria, you got to go back just for the sangria.
Well, why not? No, the food is really good there too. Really authentic Italian food. So, and there's a lot of other places to eat at California Adventures and Disneyland, but just all together, the dining experience that Disneyland has to offer.
Very good.
Like the Blue Bayou, that's dark and candlelit.
I think I did my list a little bit different than you. My number 4 is Disneyland After Dark. Disneyland is magical and during the day, but at night it becomes even more magical and romantic with all the lights that they have going on in there. So to me, especially when you walk down Main Street and it's glowing, and then you see the castle, the way it's lit up. Number 4, Disneyland After Dark.
I'm throwing it down. My number 3 is, we've already gone over this, is cuddle on your favorite attractions, especially the darker ones. Cargo, forget that infrared. Just do it and be happy with it. So, cuddling on your favorite attractions, especially the dark rides, is very romantic that Disneyland has to offer, and California Adventures. So that's my number 3.
All right. My number 3 is eating at the Blue Bayou, because it's so dark in there you can't even see your food.
It's all about the ambience.
It is, but it's cool.
Who cares what you're eating as long as it tastes
just the
good,
setting.
don't worry.
Those of you who's never been to the Blue Bayou, it is inside the Pirates of the Caribbean where the loading dock is, a little bit beyond that. So you have the boats that are coming by, which sounds like it's not very private, but you're out in the bayou. It's at nighttime because you're inside, so the lighting is controlled and it's dark in there, and you're eating on like a patio inside the building, and the lighting of it is very dark. So it's that to me, number 3 is a very romantic meal. So number 2, top 2.
Okay, so Tim Turner says Cathay Circle was an excellent meal and very romantic. Loved the bar and the restaurant.
MG Tao said,
Awesome.
Mine is sitting at the bar at the Disneyland Hotel halfway through the monorail ride and dilly for a bit and then get back to the monorail to the park. Very good.
Or for Bob, get back to the room. Nothing wrong with that. Number 2 for me is...
Greg is baked.
What?
Spur marks. Greg is baked.
Oh, no, I'm not baked. Wow. And great cocktails at Cathay Circle. No, I'm not baked. Not yet. No, I don't do that. Number 2 is wear matching outfits and ears. So I think you see a lot of couples doing that, or a lot of friends, best friends, family members. They wear matching outfits, and a lot of them get compliments. There's some cool ones that people wear at times. So I think it's fun. I think it's romantic, and it just, kind of shows that you're with someone and you want to have fun with them. So that was my number 2.
My number 2 is Disney fireworks. Nothing better than to end the day with the fireworks show.
Okay.
If you're on Main Street, and especially like the one during the holidays with the music
of David and Aaron
and the snow's coming down, the artificial snow. Disney fireworks are awesome, and it's a great way to spend a closing evening.
Awesome.
Spur Mark said sorry.
Huh? Spur
Mark said sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. You don't have to be sorry. I know you were joking. I probably looked baked. I don't know. It's been a crazy day.
In our
So my number 1 is taking pictures in front of the castle. That is like the go-to place for couples, family members, basically everybody that walks through the gates of Disneyland. They all at some point head over to the castle to take that one special picture. So that is my number 1. What's your number 1?
Rachel from This Life of Ours is heading out. Have a good
thank
night,
you.
Rachel.
Have a
Thank
good
you for
night.
joining. My number 1 is what Tim Turner said. The Cathay Circle. You can't believe a restaurant of this caliber is inside a theme park. It is an amazing restaurant. To compare it to Walt Disney World, you're looking at the Brown Derby. Maybe not quite. I've never eaten there, but it's the Alberts, something Alberts at the Grand Floridian. But it's up in that category. And for it to be inside of a theme park, we were in our shirts and shorts, and we felt
underdressed,
big time underdressed. We could have used a clip-on tie,
but we still had fun.
But, it's a amazing restaurant, and if you guys want to make a special night of it or a special moment, definitely eat at the Cafe Circle, which is where it's modeled after where Snow White was first showed in Hollywood. And it's a restaurant there now. It's at Disney California Adventure, which is inside the Disneyland Resort. So awesome food, awesome atmosphere. Just the whole thing about that is amazing. And by far, to me, the best restaurant on Disneyland property.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Bob and Ashley said the Moonlight Magic. Huh?
Victoria and Alberts is what Steve's World said is the name of it. I was going to say Prince
awesome.
Alberts.
Okay. So Bob and Ashley, the Moonlight Magic fireworks last night were better than Happily Ever After. Tim Turner said nighttime at Disneyland and is magical and romantic no matter what season. I can't even read. And well, I haven't seen Happily Ever After at Disney World, but I agree with.
Yeah, we did. It was showing when we went. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember? And they lived happily ever after.
Yeah. I mean, I like all the fireworks. So Tim Turner, nighttime at Disneyland is magical and romantic no matter what season, which is true. I agree with that. Now, I have honorable mentions, which now I'm mentally adding one. But Tom Sawyer Island, places to sneak a smooch, are all over that place. They have actually, I think they made it a little smaller because of them having to make the river kind of cut short or narrow or something.
Because they had to change the course of the train.
They had to cut a little bit off. But there's still plenty of places there. And it's a fun, area anyway. But there's caves and, dark areas and stuff.
Bats, rats,
okay,
cats.
It doesn't go that far, but okay.
Lions.
Tigers and bears, oh my. And then the fireworks show. I can't believe I didn't even have fireworks on my list, but I love their fireworks. And at Christmas time, they make it snow, so that's romantic also. I would almost say parades, but not really parades. I wouldn't really go there for romantic. That's more of like a party type situation.
Welcome, Juan Rodriguez.
Yes, welcome. Welcome everybody that's been on here. Thank you very much. So that's my honorable mentions. Did you have any?
I did. It is eating the, where did I put it? It's another food. I feel like I'm Disney Dan with all the food options, but it's the kitchen sink. So the kitchen sink you can order. It's basically
Bob and Ashley had it on their show.
Yeah, and I think This Life of Ours did too.
We almost got it last time.
It's looks like a kitchen sink, and you can either have one like Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse, and it's a big sundae, and you can't eat it. Well, some people I'm sure could probably eat it by themselves, but it takes two people a challenge to eat it. So that would be a fun thing. That was actually on my list at first.
Okay. Jim said current weather in Florida is 52 degrees. I don't know how cold it is here, but we have some rain and stuff.
Tim Turner.
Tim Turner.
We won't go there.
Interesting comment.
Yeah. Oh.
And Bob and Ashley, Jim Way home car was reading 47 over here just after 8. Cargo, Greg, it's a good thing you forgot the infrared, because any more of those comments and I would be sending a black light to you guys in the mail have allowed. Well, I did say forget about the infrared. Just go with it. Just go with it and have fun. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
Steve's World said, I want the kitchen sink, but I heard they will be renovating the restaurant 5 days before my trip. I'm pretty sure, though, knowing Disney and with it being popular, that you'll be able to get it in another place. I'm pretty sure. I can't see Disney not doing that. But yeah, I know at Disney it's in California Adventures. I don't think they have it at Disneyland. It's in California Adventures where they have it. But that is our surprises of the
we try to make it festive.
fun. We had a set reconstruction.
Yeah, we have a plaque that says "Follow Your Heart," and then love
each moment. We thought of Bob and Ashley, and they're saying when I saw that.
we thought of what Bob says at the end of his show. So, and it's true, you know, love each moment. He says something different, but it's kind of the same thing, you know. So, what does he say? Don't waste a day. Every day's a gift.
Ooh, I think you're right. That's very
something
good.
Like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bob. But we do like you're saying at the end. So I don't know what everybody has planned for their Valentine's Day tomorrow. But whatever you do, we hope that you're safe and that you're happy and that you have fun. If you're in the cold, stay warm. Ooh, that's a good one too. You can stay warm together, you know. So I won't go there though. That can go so many.
Bob already answered that.
So many different ways. Yes, yeah. We know where Bob would go with that one. But hey, Bob said you got it. Awesome. Yeah, we love their closing line. So, but we have rain here. It's going to be rainy and stormy all through Sunday, and then more rain starting again, I think, Wednesday.
We've had a lot of rain, which is good. We need it with us being a farming community, and we haven't really had that much rain for the last few years, so we need it definitely.
Anybody, you know, in the Midwest or in that area where it's freezing over, you know, we hope that you guys stay warm and stay safe.
Kyle's vlog just joined us. Hey, Kyle, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we went over just a little bit. We had like I said, we had a set reconstruction. We had these new glasses
down my ears
that says "Wine is my Valentine." We had a drink. Greg, show them what it was. It was a barefoot bubbly
berry. It's a berry barefoot.
We have these lava cake kisses. I don't know which way. Oh, there it is. That's the right way for it.
We haven't opened these. These are crispy, chocolatey hearts. Mickey and Minnie. So we'll probably be eating these later. Take them down the set now, I guess. Now we can just make them, you know, kiss and put them together like that, I guess. But
and then
anyway,
our main subjects were the top 10 Disney couples. We both chose Mickey and Minnie for our number one. We had the 5 most romantic rides in Disney. I had said the Mark Twain. You had said, what did you say?
The most romantic ride?
Yeah.
Like forgot. My number one?
Yeah.
Was The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. And mine was Mark Twain.
In Bob's case, though, we all know where that's at.
And then we had the 5 most romantic things
Nothing wrong with
to
that,
do.
Bob.
And mine was eating at the Cathay Circle restaurant. And Greg was...
I don't remember. It's taking pictures in front of the castle. I have to add fireworks to that number one. I can't keep that as an honorable mention. I'm sorry. And so where was it at? Kyle's vlog said, had a rough day trying to turn it around. Laugh out loud. Well, we hope you have a better day. Maybe tomorrow, you know, will make you a lot happier.
With him being a newlywed.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. And it's raining in Palm Springs, says David and Aaron.
We have Don from Just Out and About. Welcome, guys. They just recently have been doing they've been YouTubing for a year, and they're doing celebrations on that on their channel. If you guys haven't checked out the rest of these channels on here, definitely do that. There's so many awesome channels. We have cruising channels on here. We have, and you're smiling, we have Disney channels on here. So we love our family here of the supporters because we have such a wide range of it. So it's so awesome. Coming up next week at 5:30 Pacific.
I was just waiting for you to say check each other out or check each other's channels out. Like, that's perfect for Valentine's Day.
Don't stalk. But 5:30 Pacific next week will be live, 8:30 Eastern, and it's another Disney Wars. So
And who? Oh, we're
no,
keeping
we
it.
won't say
Okay.
it because we want to make sure
We're
everyone
keeping
can
it
make it.
special
Some people
guests.
might, but
Okay.
the battle will be between parks. So we'll leave it at that. And actually, Cargo was one that suggested it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So thank you, Cargo, for that suggestion.
Just out and about. 1 year yesterday, they released their first little video. That's awesome. Congratulations.
It is awesome.
So Tweety said, "Don't stop, laugh out loud."
And what else? We are 2 weeks after that, we're going to be doing another cruise show. So we're gearing up for a guest to come on for that. So we're excited about that. We won't announce that one yet, just in case things fall through and they're unable to do it. But it's a pretty well-known guest or channel. So we're really excited about them joining us. Don't forget, you guys, check out Jim from More Sunshine, please. Definitely, he's one of our great friends, big supporter of us. We definitely support him.
He had a good show last night.
Yes.
He's on Tuesdays at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time and 7:30 Eastern Time.
So he does his chat check.
That's like one of the favorite things. He should never get rid of that because it's hilarious.
So check him out. Adventures of David and Aaron. We had them, was it last week already? We had them on our show last week, so it was great to have them on here. Steve's World said we are 14 away from 1,000. So
oh, wow,
we're pretty close. It'll happen.
You're welcome, Jim.
Yeah, I think we're about 180 hours away from being monetized. So we're coming in on both of those. So it's one of our goals.
Just out and about, we have a giveaway going on too, so don't miss entering on the video from yesterday. Awesome. And we just want to let everybody know that we are so thankful for you guys watching us, and that everybody is welcome. We're not tolerating everybody. You're all welcome. So it's not about tolerating. It's, everybody's welcome to watch our show. We love everybody that's on here. And everybody's respectful, has fun and stuff. So we don't have any issues. We love everybody that's on here. So thank you. And anyone else, family members, friends that you can tell about us, and maybe
might tolerate us.
Yeah, they might tolerate us. We just try to have a fun show. We try to have, fun with each other on our show and give you guys a fun show. So thank you. I think Jim had a good show yesterday showing Aladdin, the newest one, the trailer, Dumbo, and Captain Marvel. So if you haven't caught those trailers, you can go on his show and watch them and give him a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please. And there's, I know, Frozen 2 that's out. There's 2 small Avengers 3 trailers out. I personally don't want to see any more trailers of that. I really want to be surprised on this one. I don't want to know too much about it, and I have a feeling they're going to show more, and I don't really want to watch any of it. I'll turn away and plug my ears if I have to. I did it with the Superman movies because I really want to be surprised on this one. This is like the big last hurrah for Avengers, so I want it to be a surprise.
Very good. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. David and Aaron are getting close to 300 subscribers. So
that's awesome.
I remember when you guys were under 100. So we've been with you guys for a while. So it's Mickey wants to join us.
So everybody, tomorrow, grab a glass of dilly dilly and be with your loved ones, whoever that may be. Even pets are loved ones. So if you have pets, make sure that you give them some love. And we hope that you guys have a fun, happy, safe Valentine's Day. And
Captain Akron at 27 has been here. So
awesome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Sherry C. Cruz. Glad to keep you company while you're working.
Thanks, guys. And remember, as
Walt Disney says, we are just getting started. Happy Valentine's Day. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.